Okay, look, what I want to do is I want to recommend a book to you. I've just finished reading the most incredible book. Took me 3 or 4 days to read it. I love reading. I read 3 or 4 books a week. All right, but this book that I'm about to recommend to you is just incredible. Now, the book itself is called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, the book that changes lives, by Dan Millman. Okay, there's just so much stuff in it. It's a spiritual book, but I've learned so much. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to read the back of the book to you. Now, bearing in mind I'm 49 years of age and I've had a corneal transplant, and that's why I've got to wear these ready reader things so that I can read it close quarters. What I'd like to do is to read the book to you, or rather not the book cover to you. Okay, and then what I've got is just one quick tip for those people that are a little bit like me. I'd like to share one simple strategy that I learned from this book that has been really helpful over the last few days. Okay, so let me read this back cover to you. Way of the Peaceful Warrior has become one of the most beloved spiritual sagas of our time. Shared among friends and families, this million-copy word-of-mouth bestseller has inspired men and women of all ages in 20 languages worldwide. Despite his success, college student and world champion athlete Dan Millman is haunted by a feeling that something is missing from his life. Awakened one night by dark dreams, he wanders into an all-night gas station, meets an old man named Socrates, and his world is changed forever. Guided by this eccentric old warrior, drawn to an elusive young woman named Joy, Dan begins a spiritual odyssey into realms of light and shadow, romance and mystery, towards a final confrontation that will deliver or destroy him. This classic tale, told with heart and humour, speaks to the peaceful warrior in all of us. Countless readers have been moved to laughter and tears, even moments of illumination, as they rediscover life's larger meaning and purpose. Journey with Dan on the peaceful warrior's path to unreasonable happiness, and find out for yourself why this book changes lives. Okay, it's an incredible book. I think I've told you that. What I wanted to do was to share just one secret from this book. There are many. But for those of you that know me, and perhaps for those of you that don't, I have a tendency to overthink. I reflect overly, and I'm a dreamer, so I think of the future overly, which often means that I don't enjoy the here and now. And so what Dan Millman says in his book is there's a very simple strategy to create an understanding of the present. So here's the strategy. For those of you that are watching this video, and there will be some who tend to overthink, either you reflect overly or you dream overly. Dan Millman says this: when you feel your mind wandering too much into your past or too much into your future, bring your mind back and use the words here, now. Just that one simple tip has helped me so much over the last few days. What was the tip? If you are a person that reflects overly or thinks about the future overly, every time that you feel your mind reflecting on one of those two things, is just to bring your mind back and to use the words here, now. There's so much stuff in this book. I would recommend that you buy this book. Now, I have put a link in the description, and let me be straight with you, I do make a couple of pennies if somebody decides to buy the book. But what I wanted to do was just pass on how great a book this is. And if you're in the position to want to read a top class spiritual book, I would recommend The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, the book that changes lives by Dan Millman. I'll speak soon.